You're listening to Vice City Hub. More leaks, less peace.
Wake your lazy asses up! You are tuned into Vice City Hub, the only frequency on your dial bringing you the raw, unfiltered street noise straight from the concrete jungle. We are coming at you live in 2026, and the digital landscape just suffered a Category 5 impact! Pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6 officially went live at midnight local time on June 25, and the entire internet is in a state of absolute unadulterated collapse. We are talking $80 for the standard game, a clean $100 for the Ultimate Edition, and not a single physical disc in sight.
Pure, unadulterated garbage.
Oh, come on, Vic. Don't start with the back in my day routine 30 seconds into the broadcast. This is history in the making. Rockstar has locked in the release date for November 19, 2026, and if you drop your $80 digitally, you get to preload the beast on November 12th. Plus, they are throwing in a free month of GTA Plus right out of the gate. That means while you wait to step foot in Vice City, you can grind your cargo warehouses in Los Santos with double payouts. It's a total synchronization of the ecosystem, man.
Synchronization? Nikki, you've been huffing too much premium octane down at the LS Com meet. $80 for a digital license key? In my day, you walked into a store, handed over $40 of hard-earned cash, and you walked out holding real, tangible plastic. You got a dual-sided glossy map of the city to tape to your bedroom wall, a thick instruction manual packed with satirical lore, and a physical sticker you could slap on your beat-up Albany Emperor. Now, they are charging you $80 for a plastic box with a piece of paper inside. It is a complete corporate shakedown. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. That is the corporate memo that you're sliding into your empty game case.
But you still get the steelbook if you go high tier, Vic. Think of the shelf presence. It looks clean next to the console.
A plastic box without a disc is not a game, kid. It's a coffin for consumer rights. If I wanted cardboard on my shelf, I'd buy a book. The industry is systematically executing the secondary market so you can never sell, trade, or lend your games to a friend.
Let's look at what is actually inside the Ultimate Edition before we burn down the corporate headquarters. For $100, you are securing serious street weight, the classic Vice City 55 Vapid Stainier, the Shore Court Personal Garage, 2 exclusive mod shops, and the Stock 305 clothing store, plus custom makeup, tattoos, nail art, and weapon patterns for Jason and Lucia. And if you lock it in before November 20th, you secure the Vintage Vice City Pack. We are talking pure 1980s neon-drenched retro hairstyles and outfits.
So they cut the barbershop, car customization garages, and basic apparel out of the standard game and locked them behind a $20 paywall on day one.
It's called tiered monetization, Vic, but look at the institutional backlash. This is where the pavement actually meets the wall. Multiple prominent retail chains are straight up refusing to stock the physical edition of Grand Theft Auto VI. Lootbox Gaming and Video Games Plus just went public on X, declaring they will not support a release that ships with an empty box and a digital code. They are telling Rockstar, no physical disc, no shelf space. Physical collectors are completely losing their minds because the physical boxes are street dated for November 12th, allowing you to pre-download the massive install file, but major stores are pulling the pre-orders entirely because there is zero downstream resale value.
Absolute respect to Video Games Plus and Lootbox. Finally, some retailers with enough backbone to stand up to these corporate boardrooms. Why should a local mom-and-pop shop waste valuable shelf inventory on empty plastic? They make their survival margins on used game trade-ins. No disc means no trade-ins, which means Rockstar is systematically starving the local shops that built this industry. Respect plus to the retailers putting their foot down.
But Vic, look at the logistical reality. The install size is projected to be between 175 and 300 gigabytes. How do you fit that on a standard Blu-ray disc without shipping a multi-disc box set that costs 5 times as much to manufacture? Even Red Dead Redemption 2 needed 2 discs, and modern consoles don't even run games off the optical drive anymore. They copy the data directly to the solid-state drive because optical read speeds are too slow to stream assets in real time. The disc is literally just an authorization key.
Do not give me that optimized manufacturing nonsense. They could put it on 2 discs if they cared about the consumers, but they would rather save the $2.50 in production costs per unit to pad their quarterly reports. But let's talk about these 63 new screenshots they dropped. They look gorgeous, sure, but I have seen this movie before. These are bullshots, Nikki. Captured on a liquid-cooled desktop development environment with the Rage Engine settings dialed up to 11, rendering it 1 frame per click. There is zero chance your console is outputting that visual density in real time.
Disagree! Digital Foundry did an absolute microscopic breakdown of those screenshots, and the ray tracing pipeline is a work of technological art! We are looking at full ray trace specular reflections on metallic objects, wet floors, and transparent windows. There is a close-up shot of a classic car where you can see the reflection of the entire engine block cast onto the shiny waxed underside of the open hood. That is real-time ray intersection tracing, not screen space approximation! The central baywater in the downtown Vice City sunset shot has real-time ray trace reflections of the skyscrapers perfectly aligned with the horizon, and the hair rendering, individual strands modeled for Jason's mullet and Lucia's ponytail, completely bypassing those flat polygon cards.
Individual hair strands. Truly a breakthrough for hair gel enthusiasts. Meanwhile, your console's gonna sound like a jet engine taking off from Fort Zancudo just to render a mullet at 30 frames per second. And did your highly trained tech experts notice the missing Ferris wheel reflection in the harbor shot? Some unprecedented level of polish right there.
They actually did! They noted the missing Ferris wheel reflection is either a minor ray tracing intersection quirk or a deliberate performance optimization to save memory bandwidth. But look closely at the fine details. There is visible ray tracing shimmer on the metallic surfaces and reconstruction artifacts on the distant hair rendering. That actually proves these shots were captured on active PlayStation 5 development hardware, not pre-rendered CGI. The Rage Engine is running this in real time, even if it means target consoles are locked at a cinematic 30 FPS at native 4K.
30 frames per second is a technological regression, Nikki. But the real comedy isn't in the rendering pipelines. It's in the comments section. The community is in an absolute chaotic tailspin over this. I was reading our social media feed on the drive over here. A user named @Sarko505 pointed out that YouTube is actively deleting comments from the GTA 6 Trailer 2 comments section because people are protesting the $80 pricing and the lack of a physical disc.
Wait, serious? YouTube is censoring comments over retail logistics?
The corporate algorithm is working overtime to keep the hype machine clean. But one post slipped through the filter, and it is the most glorious financial disaster I have ever witnessed. This user named @ArianBundles went public on our feed, bragging that they took a leap of faith, withdrew their entire 401k retirement account, and pre-ordered 500 physical copies of Grand Theft Auto 6.
500 copies? With their actual retirement fund? Is this guy completely out of his mind?
He thinks he is gonna corner the market when retail copies sell out and flip them for 2 to 3 times the price by Christmas? He literally wrote, "This will 2 to 3x by Christmas." He withdrew his actual retirement security to scalp a digital download code inside an empty plastic case.
Wait, he pre-ordered physical copies of a code-in-box game to scalp?
Exactly. He bought 500 empty pieces of plastic. There is no physical scarcity. Retailers can generate infinite digital voucher codes. He is holding an inventory of absolute air.
Oh, you cannot make this up. The hotline is absolutely lighting up. We actually have @Arian Bundles live on the air right now. Let's patch him in.
Yo, Vic, Nikki, put some respect on my name, man. I am meat crazy. I am an asset allocator. This is the most anticipated entertainment release in human history. The budget is over $1 billion. When parents crowd into Best Buy on December 24 and find empty shelves because of these independent retail boycotts, who is going to have the inventory? Me! I will have 500 copies listed on eBay. It is a guaranteed triple up by Christmas.
Son, you did not buy inventory. You bought 500 empty plastic trash cans. Any parent with a functional brain can press buy on the PlayStation Store and get the game instantly. Why would anyone pay you $300 for an empty box?
Because of the pre-order bonuses, Vic! The Vintage Vice City pack is only available until November 20. Once that window shuts, those retro outfits are gone forever. Collectors are going to pay premium rates to get that vintage code. I am holding the keys to the Neon Kingdom.
Pro, you have been kicked from the organization.
Mission failed, kid. Respect zero. You need to call your brokerage immediately and see if you can reverse that withdrawal before you end up living in a cardboard box under the Leonida Keys Bridge.
Oh man, the sheer financial panic in the community is absolutely wild. But look, that is all the airtime we have for today on Vice City Hub. If you want to keep tracking the craziest GTA 6 news, engine analyses, and retail drama, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on notifications. We are monitoring every single pixel of ray tracing until the November 19 release.
And if you've got 500 empty plastic cases cluttering up your living room, let us know in the comments. We can use them to start a fire. See you on the streets of Vice City, you degenerate spenders.
I guess all those clickbaiters on YouTube are super busy deleting their videos right now.